Morning, guys.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So Joseph, I talked to Lou from Superwire. He sent out a message to Spectrum that the signal is okay at our end, and if they can acknowledge what's happening at their end, and reminded them that they had a contract obligation to carry that channel. So let's see where it goes. But my gut reaction is it's at their end, because everything else checks off fine at our end.
Yeah, they're probably dying to get rid of that anyhow.
Yeah, it's an extra channel they don't have to deal with or use in their system. It's probably not a big deal for them, but they, business-wise, they see it as a thorn on their side.
Well, yeah, if they get one call a month, like usually Bob was able to fix that stuff without going to them, right?
Correct, because everything was on our end. Our end is where it would mess up. But even the tech guy that Lou hired, Brian Marlin, who's always been the tech guy also for Bob, has always fixed it by remote access, and then I'm there and I help them, and everything checked out at our end. So it's at the end of a spectrum, and it's somewhere along the way there's a failure there. It's that simple. And they're in contract negotiations now, and I heard through the grapevine there's 5 contractors or proposals or bids on the bulk service for Leisure World. I don't know how many cable companies can do it, but that's what I hear.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that they change for some reason, but
yeah, they could be playing games.
Yeah, Spectrum's got to be the biggest provider in here.
I don't know. There's a bunch of other stuff out there now.
Yeah,
I think, like even Frontier could be bidding for the contract. And you could ask Robin. Robin knows all the other companies that are in Southern California that could bid on it.
Frontier would be a bad idea.
Besides Frontier in Charter or Spectrum, are there any other companies in Southern California, Robin?
Well, yeah, there are, but they aren't. If there's a large incumbent in an area, another cable company is not going to come in. It's fiscally, it doesn't make any sense. So.
Could other companies come in, like say cell phone companies that offer internet through their telephone tower?
Or cable.
Well, you're right, it's cable.
So cell phone companies are not cable providers. So there's still Comcast. Comcast, if you recall, a number of years ago, Comcast was going to originally buy out Time Warner, and the FCC decided they were too big and they would become a monopoly, and so they did not sanction that buyout. So after a number of years, Charter, Spectrum, whatever, threw their hat in, and that was accepted. But they're terrible.
everybody's terrible. You just get used to somebody after a while.
Well, that's true.
It's like marriage.
Oh.
It's up to me to say the terrible things so that everybody else doesn't have to think them.
He feels awful, Joe.
Yeah, he feels awful. I can see he feels awful a lot, Charlie. Both married guys. Hopefully we'll get some feedback from Irene and David Wolf on their latest adventures with the Dubach Club.
Oh, no. David ain't saying anything, huh?
He's-
We'll get to him in the round table here.
Oh, it's a work in progress.
Michael. Yeah, Michael O's here too.
Okay, we got to go to raising hands. Joe first. Go
Hi.
ahead.
Oh, okay. Report? Okay.
No, let's just open the meeting. I thought maybe the secretary would get here, but she's not here yet. I have this on live transcript. So
And you got closed caption enabled also. That's good.
yeah, that's the and here is the secretary coming in. There's a lot of people. Look at this.
There's your secretary.
I can't even see everybody on the screen. Let's see if there, that's everybody.
Full house.
You got
Okay.
17.
Let's start the meeting. We don't have minutes from the last meeting, but we did have the recording. Plus people were present and you had the chance to, if you weren't present, to watch the recording. So that will serve as our minutes for the last time. It was put up on the our Facebook page. Okay, so I'm sure everybody has watched it and they remember every word that was said. We didn't do much except talk a little bit about how terrible we felt about the disease that's going around and how much we were still concerned about it and how we didn't want to do anything and how Beverly doesn't like to get up this early in the morning. And then we need a treasurer's report. Who's the treasurer here? Beverly. Turn
I'm
on your
here.
mic, please. Okay.
Well, I sent out an email to 16 people who were on the list from last year. And I got 2 people sent back membership dues. That was all out of the 16. But we started out with 8.
Excuse me a second, Beverly. Someone's got a radio or something going on. here.
David Wolf is lighting up.
It's always David Wolf. Turn off that stuff.
Mute yourself, David.
I don't know what's going on.
Just mute yourself.
I'm close to my computer.
Just mute yourself. That'll help.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Beverly, sorry.
All right, we started with $1,866.42. We got 2 people, $20 and membership fees, which came to $1,886.42 in the bank. And we still have $64.04 in petty cash for a total of $1,950.46. Got it?
Got it. Anybody have questions or comments about the report? Go ahead, Owen.
If we haven't paid yet, which I need to get mine in, last meeting, I didn't have the $10, so how are we gonna get that to you?
Mail it to me. I'm in the, I'll put my address in the chat,
Yeah, okay.
or you can drop it by too. I'm in Mutual 17, but I'll put my address in the chat.
What about Venmo? Do you have Venmo?
Okay,
Or Zelle?
one person at a time.
Okay.
I don't know, email me, because Christina mailed me, she didn't remember she paid and she had paid, and I don't have that membership list right here. So email and I'll tell you if you paid or not, because I know sometimes people pay and they forget. But if you want to pay twice, that's all right too. I'm sure
Yeah.
Joseph won't mind.
No, I'm asking if you guys are using Venmo. It's
Or
very,
Okay.
PayPal.
Oh,
Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you want to make a comment, please.
okay.
Okay?
well, I know, if you use it, you just send it to my, I forgot her name. They were on vacation and they sent me a check through Chase that went straight to me. So I don't know how that works.
Well, you can do that, or you can do PayPal, or you can do Venmo as it's suggested. But they don't charge if you call it a person to person. If you call it a person to business, they charge. In PayPal, at least, I know that. Okay, so if you have PayPal on, you can send her the $10 magically. Just open PayPal and put in Beverly's email address and $10 and
Perfect.
okay, we're through the difficult part of the meeting now. Joe, I know you talked about it a little earlier, but talk about it now about SBTV3.
Okay, SBTV3 submitted a program from Owen. Owen submitted a program. And then Janice Lane, old program that she did about half of it with Irene. I finished that and submitted that. And then the Cinco de Mayo, I covered that. O'Reilly did, and I. And we also covered the ribbon cutting ceremony at the pool with the band playing. So we have about 5 programs submitted to SBTV3 for the month of June. Somewhere there, 5 or 6.
And the problems on
Oh, Superwire? Yeah,
Superwire too, yeah.
Superwire's been black for 10 days now. And the tech guy for Lou, the manager of Superwire, checked it out. And I went out there to the office and checked it out with him. He was on remote access and I was at the office. And between the two of us, we figured it out that everything was fine at our end. So the signal is getting out from our end out. And now the issue is at the spectrum end, is what we suspect. So Lou wrote him a message to them yesterday about reminding them that well, first of all, it was diplomatic. He said the signal might be not reaching you. Can you check on your end and see that you got the signal at your end? And if so, don't forget you have a contract obligation to carry that channel. And that's it. So he hasn't heard back yet. So that's all the news on the front on that. Okay.
Charlie, you have anything to report?
I don't think so.
Okay. Steve, how are you doing?
Okay, would you want the latest on when the pool's gonna open?
Absolutely. We've been
Oh,
dying
okay.
to hear this.
Well, we walked, we started out and walked through by the golf shack and then by where you could see the pool, and there was a bunch of guys from GRF there, and Kathy Thayer was there, and they waved at me and I waved back, and then I yelled at them, when's the pool gonna open? And one guy says, oh, second Tuesday of next week. And then Kathy Thayer says the health department's gonna come today. And she didn't know beyond that, what was gonna, when it's actually gonna open.
And the health department is looking for what? Oh, Henry Candy Bars in the pool or?
Yeah, something like that, yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully it'll pass and we'll put an end to this speculation.
They want to get a base level of pee in the pool.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Michael. You're not even gonna say it?
I don't have to say anything, but whenever I don't have no cable TV, but Anna has that. Anna Derby has the cable TV. Whenever I go to her house, I try to 1390 Spectrum channel, but there was a blank. So I heard Joe Osuna saying this morning. I understand now why that. I thought that's the end of the spectrum.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Charlie, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, I was wondering, why does the health department have to come out for the pool? Because it's a commercial pool?
Joe
Yeah.
has an answer for you.
Every time there's a commercial type swimming pool, the fire department, even the fire department gets involved in the review plan process, including the health department. Health department has some strict regulations on the chlorination or the environment of the water, so people don't get infected. There's even anti-siphon valves, the double check valves involved so that the water can't siphon back into the potable water system. And that's some of it. And then there's more stuff because the public changing rooms in there and showers, they get involved in that. The fire department even gets involved because of the signage of the chlorine or the corrosive chemicals that are present. There's some signage that's required for that.
Hazardous materials. Yeah.
Yeah, as well as their exiting system. You never think about it, but there's an exiting system required for exiting out of that pool, just like any commercial building. And then you have the electrical inspectors, the plumbing inspectors, heat, air conditioning and heating inspectors. It's going to be and also the structural inspectors involved. So you got a litany. Those are the ones that I just know of. And there's probably other agencies involved in it too.
Okay. I realize Charlie only asked about the health department, but
Yes, but
now we know every single thing.
there's more, and there's more.
It's a really complicated process, in other words. David,
He's muted.
You're muted still.
unmute yourself.
And then comes the feedback.
I was just commenting on what Joe said, that our tax dollars at work. But I had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday that required my attention all day Monday. And you know, the one where you don't eat all day and all night, you're up. Anyway, so
We don't want to hear any more about it.
It was like a pain in the ass.
but I came on at the end. Okay, if that's what Dr. Chen said.
You were okay in the end, right?
Yeah,
You were a perfect.
I didn't get flowers, but I did get a clean bill of health.
Irene, can you unmute yourself, please?
Wait, David didn't finish his report. There's more.
I haven't. So as far as the video goes, it's kind of been on hold until today. I don't have anything to report right now as far as the video goes.
How did the shooting the video go?
Yeah.
How did the what?
The shooting, how did the shooting go?
The shooting, it went well. Irene and you know, was there with the second camera, and you know, we got the video recorded, got 2 videos to splice together, and I don't know how much audio, just, but we got plenty of both audio and video. So
Okay, were they telling you where to stand and where to look and how many breaths per minute and all that stuff?
yeah, that you know, there was some of that, yeah.
Being very diplomatic, I think.
But they're not very strict, you know,
Organized?
they're not very yeah, but they're not very out forth with telling me what they're doing. They really don't know either, it seems like, you know, as far as their recording and what they're using, and I didn't get to talk to the audio guy because he left early and wasn't in on the weekend, so I had to rely on the janitor that was there for input, and I don't know how well that went, you know, but we'll see.
Okay, all right. Irene, is David telling the truth?
Yeah, and I didn't have any problems with the camera sitting next to David with his big camera. It was awesome. So yeah, so I had no problems at all. It went very well, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about the sound but other than that, it was just.
That's David's problem.
And putting
Anyway,
it together.
that's about it for the video. I'll have more next week or later this week.
Does that mean we can't talk about it anymore?
Nope, get muted, David.
Thanks, Irene. Owen?
Yes, hello, everybody. I've got a repeat of the Hula group. That'll play in June. Also, I've got a little mini documentary on the beginning of Leisure World. June is the actual month in 1962 when Leisure World opened. So that's been playing and probably will play in June, I would guess. And then I've got a nice travel video. I took a trip here recently up the coast, Central Coast on the Amtrak train, went right along the ocean. And then it was a tour group. They bussed us up through San Francisco to the wine country, and we got on the wine train, which I always wanted to do. That was really cool. And then it comes back down along the coast. So it's a real cool coastlines, wines and trains type video. So I'm still working on that. That'll come out later on. So that's the 3 I've got right now.
Good. Okay, thanks. Paul, please unmute yourself.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Nothing really to report other than there's a private party for Anna that we'll be covering. And in July, we've got the Teriyaki Halloween at the amphitheater. And also we have Linda Ronstadt also at the amphitheater. That's it for now.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Eric?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I recently submitted the Entertainers show. I finished editing that, and I gave it to Joe, and he's
Yes, I forgot about that one.
distributing it to the masses. So it was kind of a challenging edit. I still have problems with the multicam editing, but it's like relearning it. Every time I do a show, I have to relearn how to do all that stuff.
Yeah. Practice makes frustration.
Yep.
Thanks. Eric, will you unmute yourself? and
No,
tell
Rich.
us why you're here.
Rich, what?
Rich, sorry.
Okay, good morning all. Yeah, I think I'm one of the newest members of the club. And I'm actually in the radio room, in case you wonder what the mess is behind me there. This is all our ham radio equipment. And you're our next door neighbor, so I was kind of interested. So I do have a question. One day I talked to Richard, who was here on Thursday, but he said he's kind of a little hazy on some of the stuff. How would I learn like editing and transferring videos to a digital format? Is there anybody that could ever come in? I guess I might ask, is the room going to be staffed in the future? So back to you, Joseph.
Okay. We're going to go back to, let's keep it open. Maybe next month, which means somebody will be there from 10 until noon. The transferring video to digital format is the thing that Richard knows how to do.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he should be able to help you with that. If he can't, drop me an email or talk to me when we run into each other or something. And
Yeah.
welcome to the club,
Hey,
everybody.
thank you. Yeah, actually, I think you helped me before you and well, Joe did a video for us. Owen did a really good video for us, and I think Richard did a video for us. So that's the radio club I'm talking about. And also, I was in the historical society for a while, and yeah, I used to go over to when your room was in Clubhouse 5, and I did some transfers. Eventually, they got their own setup over the historical society. But anyhow, that would be something. I think Richard said he'd done that. He just hadn't done it for a while. But yeah, we could maybe figure it out. Does the VHS tape deck work okay though? I noticed there's some tapes there and stuff. So
Well, I said, we have a couple of VHS tape machines.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because when we started to want to do this, we asked the community for VHS players, and everybody gave us the stuff out of their storage locker. So
Right.
we had about 20 of them, and we had tested each one, and we kept the ones that actually worked.
Good deal. Oh, and one other question I could, let's say then I get checked out on editing or whatever, is the room only open when there's like someone in there, or could I go in and are members allowed to go in and work on not between 10 and noon?
Members are allowed to go in and work on other hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you've been kind of briefed in on how to do it and you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It will be okay to do that.
Okay. That's pretty much all I have. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for joining up and becoming do you owe money to Beverly?
No, I paid Joe and he got it there.
Okay.
Beverly.
Joe hadn't mentioned it yet, so
Yeah, I think I'm one of the 2 new members. I don't know who the other one was, but
go ahead, Joe.
Okay, I still owe Beverly. I emailed Beverly that I have his money, his $10, plus I have another $3.50 that I'm holding on to. So I'll send a check to you by mail, Beverly. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. And by the way, Rich, when Rick Erickson, when let's see, when Richard does show up, I think it's on Thursdays or Fridays, I forgot which is his day. Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay, on Thursday, I can show up that same day and we can go over converting a VHS tape to digital. And your end result, Rich Erickson, is a DVD. Is that what you want?
Yeah, it could be DVD, or would it be easier just to go to like a digital format and put it on a thumb drive or something? I'd make an MP4 and put it on a thumb drive, or do you prefer going to DVD?
Okay, well, the program does 2 things. It does the one that we have that on that machine. It'll convert it, capture it, and digitize it, and then it'll burn a DVD. Or it'll digitize it. You go to the advanced, it digitizes, and then you do whatever you want with that digital format. So we'll go over that when he gets back.
Yeah. Oh, and could I mention just one other thing? Richard was here, I think last Thursday, and we couldn't get in the room. Someone had dead bolted it. So he came in through the radio room and emergency, we have emergency access for ingress egress rules. And so I took him in there, but is that something that shouldn't be done? Should that deadbolt not be used, or?
The deadbolt should not be locked. We had tape over it, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it looks like someone.
So the people
tape
wouldn't
over
use it.
Yeah, they took the tape off, Joseph, and actually had locked it, and then he didn't know if he was supposed to unlock it or what. So yeah, maybe
We had a workman go up there to work on the air conditioning. He might have done that.
Okay, yeah, and we had electricians that may have used your room. They were looking for a breaker for our room, and it might have been in your room, so it might have been the electrician. So okay.
Okay. They shouldn't let those guys out without a guide, but that's okay.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's all I had. Thanks.
All right, Rich, thank you. Beverly, do you have anything else you'd like to throw in here? Nope, she doesn't. Beverly, are you listening to me? Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Still muted, Beverly.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I was just asking if you had some other comments you wanted to make to the group.
I can't hear. I got my window. I'm sorry, say it again.
Do you have any other comments you'd like to make to the group?
No.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Luba, hi. You have to unmute yourself, please.
Hi, I have nothing to report, but I tested myself COVID positive yesterday. And so far, I don't know what to expect, the worst or the better, because I feel totally fine.
Good, glad to hear that.
I don't know if
Just
it's going crescendo or diminuendo. I don't know.
Yeah. Good morning, Gordon.
Hi there. I have nothing to report.
Okay, that's fine. And Susan, hi. Unmute yourself, please, so we can hear your voice.
Hello, I'm sorry I'm late. My previous group let out late, so here I am though.
Okay, and who were they, so we can write them a nasty note?
I don't want to get them in trouble.
No, that's, you wouldn't be. Just kidding. And lastly, I'm going to ask Robin to make any comments she wants to make.
I wanted to thank everybody who are producing and turning in programming. You're doing a really good job, and I hope you get a lot of really positive feedback from your community. I was curious about the video David Wolf was talking about that he's working on. What is that he and Irene were working on?
It's karaoke.
Oh.
Doo-wop show.
Doo-wop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, doo-wop on karaoke.
Okay, cool.
And there's always a challenge apparently with the sound between the karaoke and
I see.
and the system actual recording of the live voice.
Okay.
So David has added a $400 microphone into the mix just to make it easier.
And I was, I kind of walked in the middle of your conversation before the meeting started when you were talking about the Superwire charter spectrum issue. And I was a little, I understand Joe was explaining that someone wrote a letter yesterday to them, but did anything happen in the very beginning? Did you just notice your channel was black? And did anyone from Spectrum respond?
When the channel goes black, no one from Spectrum ever speaks up and says, by the way, your channel's black. It only comes from the residents. In this case, it came from Anna and Michael. She watches it. She's a frequent watcher. Is that right, Michael? Yeah. So anyway, it came from Anna, and then I went over there and checked it out, and it checked out fine. And then we had that tech guy that Lou hired to check it out also. And we both the same conclusion, it was transmitting okay to Spectrum. But Spectrum never ever says your channel's black. It always is a resident that picks it up.
Is it something that happens frequently?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Is it something that happens frequently?
It's infrequent. Whenever there's a power outage, it'll happen, and then the channel goes black. There's supposed to be a backup battery, but sometimes that doesn't work as well, and that goes down also. That's about it.
I will say that, you know, I was chief engineer at a TV station, and Spectrum was the worst. It was hardest to deal with, and they've always went out, even for a major broadcast station.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. They're like the lowest on the totem pole.
Highest on the money pole and lowest on the service pole. Well, it's an American business after all.
Anyway, that's it for me.
Are you gonna have, already done your class for video makers?
We did one in January. It was a little abbreviated because there was a COVID surge around that time, so half the people opted to wait. So I don't know when I can pick that up again. I'm overwhelmed right now.
Okay.
Like last Saturday I had 4 shoots. So, and in June we have 4 government meetings plus 2 additional budget workshops. So it's kind of hectic.
Well, you're busy anyhow.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to ask for a second, like when people think we should start getting together live again? Anybody have a projected date they're thinking about? I'll just go around the room and ask, okay? Charlie?
Whenever.
You're ready to do it then?
Oh, sure, if you want. I'm fine.
Joe?
Well, let me give you a clue. I talked to my kid in San Francisco. You know, he works for the health department, and he works next to a hospital, like a general hospital, and they get tested every week. Okay, so here's what's happening with the surge in San Francisco. In San Francisco, they get tested. The hospital staff, including him, get tested every week because that's their protocol. The professionals who come to work, David, you're
David, you're gonna mute yourself. You're causing background.
Okay, so the health professionals come to work and get tested, and they come to work. They know they don't have COVID. They wouldn't be coming to work. Guess what? Instead of about a month ago, there was only maybe, as an average, 2 of them testing positive. They come to work, and then they follow the protocol and they go home. But they're not showing any symptoms to their knowledge. But that's why they're showing to the hospital. In the last 2 weeks, 10, an average of 10 are coming in and testing positive. So it's a 5-fold increase in the test of positive for COVID. I don't know which variant, but they're testing positive. And so there's maybe in the last 2 weeks, each group has 10 of them have tested positive in the entire staff of the hospital. So right now they have maybe 20 to 30 infected medical staff, different degrees, could be custodians, nurses, or doctors. So there is but the good news, okay, that's the bad news. There's a surge in San Francisco. The good news is they come in not knowing they have the symptoms. So it seems to be lighter for them now. Now that I said that, they're fully vaccinated and they're fully boosted. All of them have their 4 booster shots is their protocol. So the good news is for those that are fully vaccinated and fully boosted, they come in not knowing that they're infected and they're testing positive. So that's the good news. The bad news is there's more positive cases coming up at least in San Francisco.
Okay, so if you're feeling ill, do not go to the hospital in San Francisco.
Joe,
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 how
do you
would you
know
vote
if-
on this in meeting in
So
June?
right now I vote on caution. I don't want to show up.
Okay.
Right now.
All right.
Joe, if you have it, but you don't know it, can you still pass it to somebody else?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's how it passed.
It's-
That's why
it's-
there's a surge.
The answer is, short answer, Beverly, it's more contagious, but less deadly.
Okay, thank you.
And Christina, your vote?
Caution. I'm
Okay.
for caution.
Steve?
I'll go with caution too.
Okay, thank you. Michael?
Yes, I have a question on Luba. What is the positive, then you have to go nowhere?
Well, wait a second now. We're asking a question about, do you want to meet in person?
No.
No, okay,
Okay.
okay. David has left the room. Irene? Do you want to vote and meet in person? Do you want to meet or?
I'll go with the caution.
Okay, all right. David?
Yeah, but caution means bringing it up in 3 weeks. I vote for that. Yeah.
Okay. Owen?
I'm fine either way.
Okay. Paul?
Caution.
Okay. Fred?
A caution, and I want to add to what Joe was saying, that there's more and more evidence that, especially in older groups of people, long COVID is approaching 25%. So this idea that I'm boosted and double shot and I don't have to worry about dying doesn't mean you don't have to worry about maybe getting long COVID. And it seems to be the incidence of it is growing, especially among older people.
Okay, thank you. Eric?
Caution.
Okay. That's more than half the people in the group, so I won't go around and ask the rest of the people. So it's for caution. So we're not set up for opening anything in June. But we do have meetings every Thursday at 10 o'clock. So we'll continue this voting or talking about it through the month to see if something miraculous happens where we can meet in person again. But for now, we're not meeting in person. We're not opening the room except by appointment. Okay, so like Rich, if you're thinking about looking for Richard on Thursday, he'll probably be there. And if you want to get in touch with Joe, he'll meet you on a personal basis, but we're not opening the room. Okay? Is everybody happy?
Yes.
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 Why not?
Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Susan, do you have any questions for anybody or anything?
No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Who do I pay my dues to?
Beverly,
Me. My address is in the chat room.
do you know
You
what
can
chat
mail
is
it or
on the
drop
screen?
it by, tape it to my door if you don't want to pay the 60-cent stamp.
Well, that's okay. I need to know who to send it, where to send it.
It's in chat.
It's
Do you know what
chat,
chat
Bev
is?
Bender.
He
Nico
wasn't-
17.
She wasn't on when she put it in chat.
Oh, you got to paste it up again because she came on later.
All right.
I don't understand. What are you talking about? Put it in chat?
You know what chat is?
Or my address.
On the bottom of your screen, it says the security participants chat, screen share, that stuff.
Yeah?
Click on
Click on
chat.
chat.
Chat? Show chat preview?
Yep. And Beverly Bender's address is in there.
I don't see anything when I click on.
It's just been entered twice more. Did you open the
Don't-
chat box?
Don't click on the little up arrow, click right on the icon,
just
not on the
came
little
up.
up arrow.
It just came up. I got it.
Okay,
Thank
all
you.
right, good. Beverly, that's with 2 E's.
It's with an L-E-Y.
L-E-Y, got it. I'll just say Bev for short. That's better.
No, make it out the Leisure World Video Producers Club, and then I can just deposit it right into the bank. That's what I didn't put. Yeah, don't make it out to me. Make it out to the video club.
Oh, dude.
You can tell a new member when they're asking about how to pay their dues.
Maybe we ought to have a 5-year plan. You could just pay every 5 years and then we'll have lots of money.
Well, let's make it like a 20-year plan so we have lots of money.
There we go.
Yeah, and we won't be here by the end of the 20 years, none of us.
We have the
Some of
money.
us, some of us.
We'll honor you forever.
All right, the dues are $10?
$10, yes.
Okay.
There's no tip
Leisure
in there, is
World
there, Beverly?
Producer, Video Club, Producers Video Club.
Okay. I got it.
Is a check better than cash?
If you're mailing it,
If I drop it by?
if you drop it by, cash is fine, I suppose.
Beverly's been known to accept cash.
Okay.
She won't
She's muted-
speak.
You're
to-
muted, Beverly.
Just make sure
Beverly.
you have your name on the envelope, so if you do
Okay.
cash, so I know who's the money from.
Yeah, I just put my name on the envelope.
Okay.
All right, thanks, everybody. It's been a good day. It's fun to see everyone. Glad you're all here. Thanks for coming. We meet every Thursday at 10 o'clock just to chat. So if you want to come and say hello, you're certainly welcome to do that.
And then
Thank
come
you.
at 5 o'clock tonight.
Okay, Charlie now has something to report. He's
Yep,
having a
yep.
Zoom club thing at 5 o'clock. It's
Yeah,
kind of a
we got our-
come and tell a joke thing. Go ahead. Sorry, Charlie.
Got our Zoom tales at 5 o'clock where we talk about whoever and whatever you want to talk about. So come join us.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.